Jim and Joe have been nominated for eviction, but the power of veto can shake things up. Who will win it? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 2. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 2. It's day 12 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and we are in week 2. Dylan is the head of household, and he nominated Jim and Joe for eviction. Jim is a Hufflepuff, and Joe is a Gryffindor. Also playing in the Power Veto competition are Rob, Kane, and Chris, selected in a random draw. Okay, the Power Veto competition is one of my favorite power vetoes that is regularly used on the show because I don't know. I like it. A lot of people hate it. What do I care? It's called the Big Brother. Well, I know one of the reasons why I like it is because it's an Office reference. The Big Brother Yankee Swap. Remember the episode of The Office where Michael would made the Christmas gifts Yankee Swap, and then because he wanted the iPod or iPad, no, it was an iPod, and then like Dwight was like, I want the teacup. And Jim is like, I made that specifically for Pam. It's a good teacup. I can use it to make beets at Schrute Farms. I love it. So yeah, it's called Big Brother Yankee Swap. Here's how it works. I will be laying out the 52 playing cards in a standard deck of playing cards on the bed behind me. The person who goes first must pick a card from 1 to 52. I will show them what that card is, and then they must pick a second card and determine whether that card will be higher or lower than the previous card. Aces are low, so the order is Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. And the order of suits, because the suits will matter, are hearts are the weakest, then diamonds, then spade, and then club is the strongest. So, if you get it right, you stay in the game, and we move on to the next person. If you get it wrong, you are out of the game, and you will have to claim one of 6 prizes. Prize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. One thing I want to make clear, because I can already see, I'm reading people's minds, they're like, oh yeah, the Yankee Swap Club, we know this. I've always hated in Big Brother history, and they've done it in both Canada and the US, I've hated that the veto comes first. Oh, I want the veto, I wonder if it's going to get taken away from me, and of course it always does, except last season. Side note, last season Big Brother Cheesecake won, Jeffrey pulled the veto first, and actually got to keep it, nobody took it from him, but that's just... Sid's an idiot. Anyway. But I hate that the veto comes first. Jeffrey happened to pull it first. So the 6 prizes are randomized. So you don't know which one you're going to get. The veto could come first, the veto could come last. And they are all prizes. So if you don't get the veto, you are going to get something good. It'll either be an actual prize, or it'll be an advantage in the game of some sort. So everybody's going to win something. Now, once the first person is out, they claim their prize, we move on. We start playing again. High card, higher, lower, this and that. If you get it right, you stay in the game. If you get it wrong, you're out. Because the card game is pretty much luck, arguably, you each get 1 pass. If you get a card somewhere in the middle, like a 6, 7, or 8, and you don't want to chance it, you can use your pass, and that card will be dropped, and we move on to the next person. You can only pass once though, so you need to decide when it's most advantageous to use it. So, once the second person gets their prize, they need to decide whether they want to keep that second prize or trade it with the first prize. Yankee Swap. The third person who's eliminated will get to choose his prize or one of the first 2, and so on and so on. And once the last person is eliminated from the game, the last person being the winner, they will then get to choose whether they want to keep their prize or take one of the last 5 prizes. So they get to choose which of the 6 prizes they want. At the end of the game, whoever holds the golden power veto gets to claim it as theirs and wins the power veto competition. I know Rhonda just listened to this and is like, I don't understand any of this shit. It's very easy. Don't worry. Brenda's not even playing. The only 6 people who are playing have to pay attention. Okay. Now it's time for the first coin toss of the season. I usually use a quarter, but I don't have one, so I'm using a nickel. The coin toss will determine whether we're going in alphabetical order, which means Chris goes first, or in reverse alphabetical order, which means Rob goes first. Last season, the coin almost always landed on heads. I don't know if you know this, fun fact, Bill Nye the Science Guy taught me this. The odds of it landing on heads are actually very, very slightly higher than 50-50 because the head side actually weighs a little bit more than the tail side, so when it's flipping up in the air, the head side is heavier, so the odds are higher the head side will come down first, and then you, of course, flip it over, and then heads is showing. This is like, I'm talking like 50.3% versus 49.7%. Really, it is 50-50, but still. And last season it was heads almost every time. So, here comes the mighty coin flip. Okay. Wow. Tails. So that means we're going in reverse alphabetical order. So Rob, when we begin the competition, you need to choose a number between 1 and 52. I will show you that card. You will then determine whether the next card is higher or lower. You can pass, of course. If you're right, you stay in the game. If you're wrong, you're out of the game and you get one of the 6 prizes. Okay? It's that simple. I mean, really, I couldn't have explained it any better myself. It's that simple. Okay, so with that said, who will win the Power Veto? Find out tomorrow. And will they use it to save Jim or Joe from the block? Find out Monday in the Power Veto ceremony, where we'll also find out if Chris will use his Pooh Brown Power Veto. Tuesday, the final 2 nominees plead their case, and Wednesday is the second live eviction of the season. Take care, thank you for watching, and we leave you as we eavesdrop on the house guests. Good night.